Hello, everybody. Happy Super Bowl Sunday, and welcome to Ken Knows Gambling. Speaking of the Super Bowl, I hope nobody bet on this game. It's one of those I tell everybody don't do it. Although half of you will be happy, the other half will be sad, but it's just not a game to bet on as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so the Horsemen went 22-0. I'm leaving it tied. Everybody's wanting me to go for the win or go until it loses, but I think once I get to that point, I think it's proved its point. It's time to move on to another strategy. And so today we're going back to a WAYLONS strategy. And he calls this the DC Pony. Let me get my money sort of where I want it here. The DC Pony is a lot like the Horseman, but yet a lot different. Okay? This time we're not doing a come out at all. We're going to work from the DC and the come instead of the don't pass in the come, but this is a ladder strategy. It's also unlimited come. You're not just set like the Horseman was. Okay, the thing about a ladder is it can get volatile, or volatile, I guess is the right pronunciation. And so I'm sure during this particular series, you're going to see it get up there. We got a $5,000 bankroll. And I think I can explain it as I roll it, but it's fairly easy. So here, let's just go ahead and get to it. $5,000 bankroll. This is session 1 of a new 20-0 series, and it's called the DC Pony by Waylon over there, Waylon's Way Craps. All right, here we go. All right, there's a 3. We'd have won that one, but that's all right. There'd be plenty more we'd have lost. There's a 12. Another 3. Wow. A 10. All right, that was a 10. All right. First bet is $100 in the com. We have to get that established first. And there's a 9. There it goes. All right. 10 is the point. Now it's come bet. So at the $100 level, you're doing $25 come bets, and we'll just keep going out until something's resolved. If the 9 gets picked, then we'll go $200 in the come, $50 come bets. If I have to go to $300 in the come, it'll be $75 come bets, and on it goes. These will go up by 100, these will go up by 25s, and you go up the ladder, down the ladder. That's it, okay? So here we go. Now, oh yeah, we're also, it's a $5,000 bankroll. 10% is $500, but it's like all my other strategies or that I roll out. Anything over 300 is a win. 300 is a good chunk of change. That's, some people make that in a week. We're trying to make that in a session. Keep that in mind. We'll try to do 5, but if we fall short, it's okay. If we're over 3, between 3 and 5, that's plenty. Okay? All right. So here we go. 6. 8. 6. On and off. 6. On and off. And on this, you really got to watch that rack. You really got to watch it. You'll see as I do my rack over here, I'll be able to see. So in other words, if I'm full here on my rack, then what I'm clear is everything up here. The bummer is if you got a bunch of cum bets out there, you can't take them off. It just sort of lets you know where you're at. 7 out. Okay. So in this case, you lose these 2, but you get paid there, and you get paid on the 9. 9 comes down, you get paid that one. All right, so we put that there. I hope I started with a flush rack. Yeah. All right, put that there. So right now, that's what we're up. So that little one was worth 125 bucks. All right, let's get a new point. Point is the 6. Actually, let me get this where I'm not sure if you guys can see it or not. I'm gonna put this more in front of me. Let me get up here and see if you can see the money, man. I apologize. I should have had it set up before I started. Something like that. You can still see the 10 and everything. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I just got to get it where I don't have to reach so far. Even sitting down. Okay. And I got to, make sure I don't, actually, I'll put that in the field because we're not using the field. Something like that. All right, 6. Now we're going to throw 1 in the com. No, sorry. 1 in the DC. 8. Now we start with the combat. There's the 7. That's a nice thing. So, we get paid in the com, and we get paid on the 8 coming down. Put your rack back together, and we're already close. All right, here we go. Yeah, good. Another 6. I'm glad it held on until we won. All right, 100 in the DC. There's a 5. 25 in the com. There's a 5. Okay. So the 5, this goes here. The 5 gets picked off. Now it's 200 in the com, or in the don't com. There's an 8. That moves to the 8. Now it's $50 come bets. There's a 9. And we just keep pumping come bets. There's an 8. So boo. So that goes to the 8. But the DC just got picked off. And that's what I was talking about. This will be more volatile. Now it's 300 in the don't come. There's a 6, which is the point, which is fine. Now, remember, everything is on now while we're trying to get a point. Come bets are always live, and the lay is, or the don't come is always live. Okay, there's a 5. So, point becomes a 5. This comes down. we get paid there. All right, now remember we got 300 there, so the coms continue. But now we're up to 75. You're just matching green for black. That's all you're doing. All right. There's a 6. Your point gets, your don't com gets pegged. This goes to the 6. Now this is going to 4. All right, so that'll be $100 combats. There's an 8. That's got 50 on it. That moves to the 8. That comes down, get paid 50. Okay, but now they're $100 comebacks. A lot more movement to it than the horseman. Alright, I actually have to look to make sure I know what I'm doing. Alright, there's another 5. Okay, look, luckily there wasn't nothing on it. So that moves up to the 5. We didn't have anything on it. We already got the 400 on the don't come 8. And there's a 7. Alright. So everything is live on this particular strategy. So that's the way it works. So you lose this and this. And this. However, that comes down. And you make 400 bucks. Okay. You put that back, you put that back. As you can see, we're still down money. So when we come down the ladder, we're gonna go to 3. So not out of the woods yet. There's a 6. 3. Gotta get it set first. There's a 6, which is a point. Now that's that. Now we got to get a point before we can start doing the comeback. Alright, there's a 5. And I'm talking it, really, not so much, well, halfway to explain it to y'all, but halfway to keep my pea brain straight. There's a 5. So now it's $75 comebacks. Okay, there's a 9. And a 7. That's a good thing. So this loses but pays that. So we get that. Then there's 3. And we get 3. Alright. So being that I have profit over here, I don't have to necessarily go down to 2. Because I'm really only down $50. So we get to go back to 1 because we have 250 over here. And if I put this 50 back, which I can, let's do that, I'm still up 200. There's no reason, even though it's just 2 units, we got to 4, there's no reason to press it. Come all the way back down to 1, okay? And that's what we're gonna do. Called not be greedy. It's volatile enough being a ladder. Alright, gotta get a point first. There's a 9. $100 DC. And there's a 10. Not a bad DC. Now it's singles. There's an 8. A 6. Now, I will tell you this. When Waylon asked me to do this, he said he's been rolling this out for several months. He's never beat it yet. Now, he didn't tell me how many that meant, but he says he's been rolling it out for months, and he hasn't beat it yet. And that intrigued me enough to do it. Just little information about all this stuff. Okay, there's a 6. That's an on and off. There's the 7 out. Whoops. So, We lose these two, but that gets paid. And then this comes down and gets paid. That goes there. That goes there. And we're out. There you go. The inaugural version of the DC Pony got up to level 4, which got us down about, I don't know if it was 3/4 of the way down our first stack, but there'll be times I'm sure it'll get to 5 and 6. It's when that happens, then it gets hairy. But there's our $300. The inaugural version of the DC Pony by Wayland is in the books. It is now 1-0. A new chapter has begun. Go Eagles! We can't stand Kansas City in this house. So go Eagles, and we'll do another one. Oh, I don't know. I might do one later, although people be watching the Super Bowl, but give them something to watch. So that's it for now, y'all. Be great. See ya. Bye.